there has been an update. Today, Games Workshop released somewhat out of schedule. I mean, I don't even think they update the game every 3 months. I think they do update the game every 3 months, but I think they update the game a lot more frequently than that now. Like, it actually feels like they update the game monthly at this point, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So they have done a big update for the game, and I think it's going to shake the meta up. I think it is. And although there aren't any major changes for the guard, Valkyrie just caught a nerf, caught a stray. That I think that because the macro meta, what's going on outside of the guard, is going to change significantly, I think it's worth going through what's happened and what the updates are and all that kind of good stuff. So what we are going to do is we are going to go through all of the various updates, and we are going to have some hot, steamy takes. All right. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to head on over to Warhammer Community, and you can see... Oh, bloody hell. Just put my mic up there slightly. You can see a lot of things have been updated. A lot of things have been updated. So we've had multiple faction packs, the Mutant Field Manual. It's all been updated. So what I'm going to do is basically, I don't think anything else has been. I think, yeah, it's just those things, isn't it? Yeah. So what we're going to do is just go through these one at a time and work out what's changed and get some hot takes. And if I miss anything, then chat, keep me honest. And if you guys have got, I've got my takes, but obviously on-screen chat will be there, and we want your takes as well. So starting off, we have got Chaos Space Marines. So Raptors, Warp Talons, and there was an FAQ apparently. So let's go and take a look at that. So the Raptors have been updated. I guess the big question is, it would be nice. My first beef is it would be nice if it was in red what had changed on the data sheet. Warforge, you're going to have to tell me what's changed here. I'm just going to look at the Raptor data sheet in general. We've got Fearsome Aura. The enemy unit is the 6 inches of this unit. They have -1. 1 minute. While enemy units in 6 inches of this unit, each time the enemy unit takes a battle shock, will each test subtract 1 from the result. And the Terrifying Assault at the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of 1 or more units with this ability must take a battle shock test. I mean, Raptors don't look like they're that much different. They gave them mutations and melee heavy weapons. What the fuck's a mutation? Wait, what? Okay. So you can take a bolt pistol or plasma pistol. You can take a heavy melee weapon instead of your chainsword. And 2 Raptors got their bolt pistol placed with 1 plasma pistol. For every 5 models, 2 can have heavy melee weapons. For every 5 models of the unit, 1 Raptor can have a mutation. 2 Raptors can have their chainsword replaced with a special weapon. If it contains 10, up to 2 additional Raptors can have their status chainsword replaced with 1 of them. Okay, so you can... Okay, so basically you're never going to have a basic Raptor with a bolt pistol and chainsword, right? So you can have the champion's going to have a heavy melee weapon. And then you're going to have 2 bozos with heavy melee weapons, and then a bozo with a mutation, and then 1 guy probably with some sort of special weapon. Okay. So what does a heavy melee weapon do? Oh, it's a power fist, right? Whoa. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Strength 8, A for -2, damage 2. Wow, that is a lot better than power swords, man. That is a lot better. Okay, that's actually spicy. Yeah. And the mutations is 4 attack, strength 5, 8 -2, damage 1. So that's just like giving a guy a power sword. So correct me if I'm wrong here. And Warpforge, correct me if I'm wrong here, but previously you got the sergeant with a power weapon, a cursed weapon, and then everyone else either got chainswords or combat weapons. And now you can have power weapon and now you can have basically a power weapon and 3 power fists in the squad. Wow. So there's still going to be one shit muncher here, right? Well, not shit muncher, I suppose. I suppose the big question is, what do you give the 4th guy? In the 5-man squad, what do you give the 4th guy? I'd probably just give him plasma pistol and keep him with the chainsword. Because if you're going melee, you probably might as well stick with an Asati's chainsword, right? Yeah. I guess it's a 10-man Raptor squad, though, is going to have 5 power fists in it. Yeah. Because you're going to have the sergeant. I'm saying power fist. You know, the heavy melee weapon is a power fist, right? 5 power fists and 2 power swords, essentially. And that leaves you with 7. That's 7 guys. That still leaves you with 3 left over. I think at that point, you have 2 blokes with plasma pistols and chainswords. And you have 1 guy left over. I honestly don't know if you give them... I think if you're going down that melee route, I don't know if you give them the melter gun or the plasma gun. Points went up. Okay. What about Warp Talons? Those look like... are those new Warp Talon models? I feel like I probably missed something. Those look like the old school Raptor models, but those do look like new Warp Talons. Which is interesting. Warp Talons don't get any war gear changes, so I guess there must have been some change. They get basically 4 twin link power weapon attacks each. They gain the grenade keyword. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Oh, they come in the new... They're getting a new kit, though. Ah. Well, they look cool. They do look cool, those new Warp Talons. I like the old ones, but I liked the old ones. I'm going to say this. I've pretty much liked all Raptor and Warp Talon models. I've liked the old Metalies, I've liked the new Plastikies, and I've liked the even newer models. I don't think there's been a Raptor sculpt that I've disliked. They've always been pretty cool. Yeah. And I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing if you buy the Raptor box, it still comes with the old bits to make the old Warp Talons. So now you just have you've just got the choice of which Warp Talon sculpt you want, which is cool. I'm guessing. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing. Yeah. So they've gone up in points by 20 points. I don't remember the Resin Forgeable ones, to be fair. Still unsure. I don't remember those ones. I'd take that deal. I suppose it does depend on how expensive they are. But I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this. This is my hot take on Raptors. Would I pay 20 points to make them usable? Yes. Because before, they were just a little 5-man shit muncher squad. And now, I think if you went for 30 Raptors and 30 Warp Talons, that would actually be a genuinely terrifying army. Like, it would be. Because, especially, now it'll depend on your meta. It will depend on which side of the pond you're on. In America, maybe not. because you guys don't have as much terrain. You guys play on GW terrain. But in the UK and in Europe, when we're playing on WTC boards and we're playing on UK TC boards, oh my God, like 60 jump pack guys, 100%. No questions. Jump out, gank something. Jump out, gank something. You've just got 6 waves there, essentially. That's a hell of a go turn. That's a hell of a go turn. I don't know what the best attachment will be for these guys, but I know Dark Packs is going to be fucking wicked on these. Because it's like, oh, I'm fighting against a Horde army. Guess I'll go for sustained hits. Oh, I'm fighting against a big, tough army. I guess I'll go for lethal hits. If there's a detachment that lets you get both all the time, that's the detachment you should go for. I'm not sure you'd bother with any... I don't think I'd bother with the Battle Shock detachments. No, fuck those. Whatever detachment makes you even better at killing stuff in combat, take that and load Raptors into it. That's it. Yeah. Maybe the +1 to wound would be good. Maybe. The new Night detachment is really good though. Okay, fine, whatever. I will just believe you. I will believe you. I don't have a great take on the best attachments, but I'll tell you this. This is a good data sheet. So that's the important bit. I've said this about Guard for a long time. Guard has got away with having some shitty detachments for, there's been some bad ones. We've had some good ones, we've had some bad ones, but Guard detachments have almost been not a big deal because it sounds kind of crazy, because the data sheets have been fundamentally good. It's much better to have a solid data sheet than to have like weak data sheets and like a solid detachment, because detachments can be very specific on what they affect. Having a solid data sheet allows you to plug it into multiple different attachments. Yeah. Yeah, I think Raptors look pretty tasty now. All right, well, that's cool. I tell you what, there's no beef to that one. There's no beef to that one. That's just that's great to see. Raptors are cool. Raptors doing well are cool. Night Lords, the Night Lord themed armies being good is cool. Love all that. Yeah. Is that gonna be meta shaking? I think it is. I think you can legitimately say Night Lord's meta incoming. Hell, it's about damn time. But yeah, no, I genuinely... Do I think that's gonna... Okay. That is cool in isolation. Quick hot take. Is that going to affect the wider meta? Yes. I think that you will absolutely see jump pack spam being a thing for Chaos. I don't know if it will be the thing that ultimately defines what they do for the next 3 to 6 months, but I guarantee you it is going to be a thing that's going to crop up in tournaments. 100%. Yeah. That fast-moving, hard-hitting melee armies are the meta of late-stage 10th edition, and that's exactly where we are right now. Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Emperor's Children. We've had an update to Court of the Phoenician. I have no idea what's going on with this one. Sort of have to tell me. To be fair, I feel like I didn't. Is this just the new detachment from Grotmus? I also have no idea what they changed. Doesn't Paulus know it's just another melee pressure list? If you're seeing Blood Angels at your tournament, you know how to fight this. Yeah, but it's another thing you're gonna have to deal with though. It's another thing you're gonna deal with, isn't it? Dustin Polos. They clarified a rule that didn't quite work. Okay, fine. So a fairly minor change. Okay, cool. I can move on from that one. Let's get into the real spice, boys. Woo! Look. Raptors were cool. Emperor's Children, I don't give a shit about. But Necrons, oh baby. Beef! We're on BeefCon 1. We are at BeefCon 1. Okay, so we've got 3 new detachments, and we have got an update for all of the Catan. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All right, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. So we'll go past Star Shatter Arsenal, which obviously we all know about. But I feel like even though we're not looking at Star Shatter Arsenal, my arse is going to get Star Shattered. All right, let's have a look. Cryptek Conclave. So this is the new detachment. Range weapons equipped by Cryptek models from your army have the assault ability. Fine. In your shooting phase, each time a Cryptek unit. So I'm guessing if you join a Cryptek to a unit, it gets the keyword, so that should affect them. From your army select to shoot, select one of the following abilities: anti-infantry 3+, anti-mounted, let's get mounted, 4+, assault, heavy, or ignores cover. Until the end of the phase, range weapons equipped by models in that unit have that ability. All right, everyone is going on. Everyone's going on about Catan. But is that not Silver Tide is back on the menu? I feel like I'm going mad. That feels like Silver Tide's back on the menu. Right. Let me just check. Like, it's any Cryptek, right? Okay. It's Cryptek keyword. There's a few different Cryptek options out there, right? I want to check this. No, that's Wraith bricks are even fucking worse to deal with. No, this goes on Wraiths. 3 shots each, and 3+, and devs. Oh, wait. Wait. Right, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. Let's get some Necron stuff going. Let me just hide some of the legend stuff. Okay. Right. So is a Chronomancer a Cryptek? Yes. Sorry, what does he do again? Mars. Okay. While Mars is leading a unit each time at more attacks the unit on hit roll, can lead Immortals and Necron Warriors. Geomancer's the new one. Okay, that's pretty cool. Subtracting 2 from the move and charge. That's pretty good. Being on an objective and not being able to deep strike within 12 inches. That's pretty good. The Geomancer's pretty fucking good, guys. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to get an objective and you can't deep strike within 12 inches of me, which means you can't charge me. That's pretty good. I like the Geomancer. I really like the Geomancer. Okay. Plasmancer. 5+ critical hit, that's fine. Living Lightning, that's fine. Technomancer. 5+ feel no pain. And he's the one that joins the Wraiths. Right. So Necron Warriors. Gauze Flares have no base AP. But what if you change it to the Reapers? Okay, so the Gauze Reapers have got a base AP of -1. So having ignores cover on that could be pretty nice. But maybe it's not such a big deal. What about the Immortals? Maybe Immortal spam's going to be a thing. Okay, yeah, maybe. Solid maybe. But it does maybe feel like this is going to go on Wraiths. Let's have a look. We just need to basically like work out which Wraith weapon is the OP one. Okay, let's have a look. Oh shit, man. Particle Caster. So it's the one with the particle caster. Okay, so let me just take all those wraiths out and then go for. Is it going to be coils and particle casters? Or claws and particle casters? So fucking hell. What's the coils do? It's fine, whatever, don't care. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty mental. So 3 attacks each. They're only hitting on 4s, though. We're only hitting on 4s. Let me find the... We're only hitting on 4s. But dev wounds 3+? Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, yeah. I can definitely see people taking 3 squads of 6 wraiths with particle casters. Because it just makes the wraith bricks even better. Because they were already having the 5+ feel no pain. And now they have the 5+ feel no pain. Oh wow. Yeah, that's so powerful. Wow. Okay, so I'm here looking at this like, oh, I think Silver Tide could be back. And chat's like, no, Wraiths. And I'm like, oh, God. The year is 2023. Wraith bricks dominate the Necron meta. The year is 2024. Wraith bricks dominate the Necron meta. The year is 2025. Wraith bricks dominate the Necron meta. The year is 2026. Wraith bricks dominate the Necron meta. Wraith bricks and Catan, as we'll get to, yeah. Wow. Right, what have we got here? Quantum. I mean, that alone is massive. They've got some enhancements here. You can gain a command point. You can also gain anti-vehicle 5+. Or you. Okay, so you can have a unit that gets even more stuff. Yeah. Gauntlet of Compression. Add 6 inches to the range. Catches the range weapons equipped by models in this bearish unit. Well, so you're going to take that, put it on a Cryptek, put it in a Wraith Brick, and have 18-inch range on those dev wounds. Incredible. Ridic Bowlers. Fuck someone's charge up. Move and charge. Yeah, that's big. Probably some pretty good stratagems here as well. Yeah. Yeah, so molecular, so stratagem, fight or shooting phase. Obviously, shoot till the end of the phase, each model makes attack you can ignore or any or modifiers. Okay, that's pretty good. So you can ignore to hit and to wound modifiers. Massive for 1 command point. Massive. Microscab Swarm. 5%. Hey! You can get a 5+ invulnerable save, or Immortals can get a 4+ invulnerable save. That's kind of cool. Getting a 5+, yeah, that's kind of cool. Animus Curse. Opponent shooting phase or fight phase just after 1 minute shot or fought. 1 cryptic model from your army that was destroyed by one of the attacking units attacks. Oh, so you can get revenge on a cryptek, basically. Okay, cool. You might have like a sacrificial cryptek that you go for, like you chuck forward and then gives you the, gives the buffs. Yeah, that's kind of cool. There's quite a sneaky way of using that. Synergistic empowerment, because you can always charge your cryptek in, can't you? Oh no, it's in your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase. Okay, fair. So you can't quite do it that way. All right. You can heroic him in though, I guess, but anyway. Synergistic empowerment, cryptek. Select 1 friendly Necron model, but not monster vehicles within 12 inches of Cryptek. Until the end of the phase, that friendly Necron model has the Cryptek keyword. So basically, you can, for 1 command point, hand out this buff to a unit that can't be led by a Cryptek. That's massive. I mean, there's It's not going to affect monsters and vehicles, but that could affect it. You can't put it on a Doomsday arc, but that is big. Means I'm sure there'll be a pretty spicy unit that'll be able to benefit from that. Maybe some kind of destroyer unit jumps to mind. Yeah. Untapped power. One critical unit from around that's been not selected to shoot this phase until the end of the phase. Each time your unit selected to shoot when selecting ability for the techno source or one to action, you select one additional ability for those available. Oh wow. So you can double doozy. So you could have loads. If you use that stratagem plus atomic disintegrators, you could have a unit which has got anti-monster 5+, anti-vehicle 5+, assault, ignore cover. Or you could have anti-infantry 3+, ignore cover. Yeah, huge. Silent King probably is a viable target. Yeah. Yeah, destroy Cryptek, yeah. But that's massive. Just stacking 4 buffs like that. Oh no, he's a vehicle. No, you're right. Silent King will be a vehicle, won't he? Yeah, he won't be able to benefit. Potentiality siphon. Your unit's reanimation protocols activate. If it's a critical unit, it reanimates an additional wound. You do it in your opponent's command phase. So you can reanimate an extra time as long as you're within range of an objective. That's kind of nice. You use that one to fuck someone's scoring over. Because you could reanimate, you could be like, oh, the opponent could be like, oh, I've got more objective control on that unit than you. And then you go, reanimate. No, you don't. And if you're next to reanimator, it goes off twice. Yep. You can basically, as long as you've got one Necron warrior or something in a squad, you can just be like, bang, not your objective. And you could do that. You could do that with some, like, there's probably some conga lining you could get away with there as well. That might allow you to sneak onto an extra objective and do it that way as well. I'm not quite sure how it would work. But, yeah. So this detachment is looking really good. And this is the first one. And I don't even think this is the one that people are saying is broken. So that's like, to me, that's already a phenomenal detachment. And I don't even think that's the main spice here. Oh my God. Oh no. Right, what's this one? Cursed Legion. What was that first one called? Cryptek Conclave. All right. Next, we've got Cursed Legion. So is this the Destroyer one? Is this... Apparently the Destroyer one's meant to be quite good. Add 2 to the strength characters of weapons equipped by Destroyer cult models from your army. Is that ranged and melee? Oh my God. What's that going to mean then? Where's my destroyers? Oh, fucking hell. Strength 7, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I don't think the heavy destroyers need it, but there are some, like, interesting guns in here.
Backbone of the guard, ready to serve.
I mean, you know what's crazy? The enigmatic exterminator weapon is actually probably fucking sick now. Because it's strength 8, AP -1, but then rapid fire 6. So you get 12 strength 8 AP -1 shots from that thing. AP -1's not great, but yeah. Strength 16 crosses breakpoints. I suppose on like killing infantry, right? Yeah. How are you guys getting this on? People are saying it can affect like Lich Guard and stuff. Do Lich Guard benefit from this? I don't think they do. Maybe there's like a stratagem later on. The first time each turn that a destroy a cult unit from your army makes an attack that destroys a unit or causes it to become below half strength, after it has finished resolving its attacks, until the end of the turn, add 2 to the strength characteristic of weapons equipped by friendly Necron models, excluding destroy a cult, monster, and Titanic. So your destroyers kill something or get it below half strength, and then every other weapon in your army gets +2 strength. Even if they're not, even if they're targeting like something completely different? What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Oh my actual god. That is so broken. I agree, Evan. That is so broken. Where are Lich Guard? I want to find some Lich Guard. Must be under infantry, right? Strength 10 war sights at AP -3 damage 2. That's pretty good. They're not that expensive either. All weapons. All weapons. Jesus. I mean, the thing is, what can you say, man? It's the end of the edition, baby! Do you know all those people that were complaining about Grizzled Company? Suck my fat one. Grizzled Company doesn't look so bad now, does it, boys? You're going to be begging. You're going to be begging to face Grizzled Company. You're going to be like, no, I don't want to face Necrons again. I don't want to face them again. No, it's okay. Bring back the Grizzled Company. Bring back the Ogre and Bang Bus. And I'm going to be like, okay, fine, but I never want to hear a fucking word from you ever again. Jesus. All right, what do we got here? Grizzled Company feels like a fucking teddy bear now. Yeah, exactly. Catacomb Command Barger Overlord model only. The bearer has the Destroy Cult keyword. Add 2 to the move casting models in the bearer's unit and add 2 to the attack casting of melee weapons. Wow. So okay, wait. So can the Overlord lead Lich Guard? I'm going to guess, yeah, right? Like they're his bodyguard. Right, where's my Overlord? Right. Yeah, so the Overlord leads the Lich Guard. And the Lich Guard get extra movement and extra attacks. So how many attacks does each Lich Guard bozo get now? Four attacks. At what is going to be strength 10, 8 -3, damage 2, death wounds. Wow. This each sentence that I read is better than the previous sentence. And extra strength, yeah. Murder Mind. It certainly is. Cryptech model only. The bear has the Destroy Cult keyword and join the declared battle step formation. The bear can be attached to a Destroy Cult unit, excluding character units. If you do, the bear's unit cannot contain any models without the Destroy Cult keyword. Add 3 to the move characters of the bear's unit. I mean, why would you even... So, why wouldn't you just... But why wouldn't you just make the Cryptech gain the Destroyer Cult keyword and then join him onto something that isn't even Destroyer... Oh, because it's Destroyer Cult models. So you can't have him, like, join some warriors or some wraiths or something. No, okay. Okay, so no, there's no... So it's to give It's to let a Cryptek join a unit of destroyers and give them like a feel no pain or a mass one to hit or something, isn't it? Yeah, Scorpek's going to go fast. Yeah. Mark of the Necrosaur. Destroy a model only. Each time model in the bear's unit makes attack. I want the hit roll. Okay, I'll just hit on 2s. Brilliant. Fuck no. Such a simple enhancement. So utterly broken. Curse circlet, destroy cut models only. Each time an enemy unit is selected to shoot after the unit has shot. Fucking hell, this is massive. If any models from the bear's unit were destroyed as a result of the attack, the bear's unit can make a surge move. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll give him a surge move. We'll get... Why? 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 Stop. I'm already dead. All right. And we haven't even got to the stratagems. We haven't even got to the stratagems where typically the broken shit really goes on. Methodical murder. Shooting off fight. One Necron unit, but not vehicles or monsters. Just half sustained hits. Okay. I mean, that's not actually that bad, but it's still... You know what? In any other detachment, in any other army, that would be considered an S-tier stratagem. Just have a damage boost. The fact that this detachment is so broken makes this look tame, when actually it's just a really good stratagem. Image of Death. Opponent's shooting phase or fight phase. One destroy cult unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack target shoots, subtract 1 throw. Again, very simple. Very simple. Doesn't look overly flashy, utterly bonkers. Oh yeah, I have mass one to hit. Let me ask you, all these guard players, how good is it when you just pop smoke on something? It's amazing, isn't it? How frustrating is it when your opponent is Eldar and they have like lightning fast reflexes? It's so annoying, isn't it? Yeah, bang, 1 CP. Mass one to hit. In shooting or in combat. So good. Mortis protocols. Shooting off fight phase just after the first time a destroy cult unit from your army destroys the enemy unit. 1 for a Necron unit within 9 inches of that destroy cult unit, which I imagine could also be that destroy cult unit. The friendly unit reanimation protocols activate. Strong. I can see that being quite strong. You can only do it in your turn, but again, if you've that's just solid. I'm a bit smooth brained to figure it out, but I bet there's some way of breaking that. Driven to butchery. Destroy a cult unit from your army. You're shooting all charge phase. Till the turn unit is eligible to shoot. It's eligible to shoot and charge. Nice. Well, shoot, charge, and advance. Yeah. But you can use it once per turn. Okay, fine. Not even once per phase, once per turn. Okay. That's great. Flayed ones. I mean, a flayed ones destroy a cult unit. I guess the thing is, it doesn't matter if they are or they aren't, because you can probably... So this is where things get kind of broken. Because that can apply to the Overlord leading the Lich Guard. And that can apply to the Cryptek model and the unit that he's joined. So that's why you might not have the Cryptek join a Destroyer Cult unit. That's why you have the Cryptek join something like Wraiths. Yeah. So you have 2 ways of getting this. So this can be used on any Destroyer Cult unit, which is already going to be very good on Scorpex. And then you can put it on basically essentially 2 bricks of Lich Guard as well. Because I bet Cryptek can join Lich Guard. I mean, someone have to correct me on that, but I bet they can. Or you take a unit of Wraiths, a unit of Lich Guard, take both of these enhancements, and then you've got your entire army, and then take everything else as Destroyer Cult, and then your entire army basically benefits from this, and your entire army basically benefits from everything else. Yeah. That's how you do it. And so you've got like probably like 1,400 points of destroyable, and then 2 units come to about 600 points of not destroyable, but everything is just smashing it all the time. Yeah. Wow. Because that way you don't actually yeah, no, you still care about this bit. You do still care about that bit. Yeah. Spreading madness. Charge phase, Necron unit. Until then, the charge phase, each time your unit declares charge of one or more targets, that charge engage a range of one or more friendly units. Add 2 to charge roll. Okay, so you charge something else in, and then it lets you do a long bomb charge. Okay. Unnatural aggression. End of your opponent's charge phase. 1 Necron unit from your army that's within 6 inches of one or more enemies that would be eligible to declare charge against one or more of those enemies if you were a charge phase. You now declare a charge that only targets one or more of those enemy units, and you resolve that charge. Note that even if this charge is successful, your unit does not receive any charge bonus. Oh, joy! Double. So that's double heroic intervention. Oh, so I can heroic, and then I can pseudo heroic, right? Not heroic, just charge in their phase. Oh wait, I don't even need to wait for them to charge me. Oh, that's even better. Oh. So that's really different. That's really bad. Like really bad for me. Really good for the Necron players. Because now, the moment that I move within 6 inches of that unit, if I don't blow it away with my shooting, it's going to charge me. Oh my fucking God. Literally broken. 0 downsides to the detachment rule. 0 bad enhancements. 0 bad stratagems. Absolutely fucking cooked. Absolutely. Like this detachment is cooked, and I am going to be cooked by it. Power creep, baby! Power creep, baby! Oh my God. And apparently, there's even more. Apparently, there's even more, because apparently Pantheon of Woe is, like, also pretty good. Let's have a look. Necron monster unit from your army, aka Catan. Distortion field aura. While an enemy unit is in 6 inches of this unit, it is unraveling. While an enemy unit is unraveling, each time an attack targets that unit, improve the armor penetration attack of that attack by 1. So if you get within 6 inches of them, you just get extra AP. Oh no. Oh no. Like, on its own, that would be enough. On its own, that would be enough. Yes, it does. Stano strats. It does work for other units targeting. So you get your Catan in range, and it gets extra AP, and everyone else gets extra AP as well. And they don't need to be within 6 inches. You just need to get the Catan in 6 inches, start unraveling the enemy, and then shoot that unit from across the board with something else. But wait, there's more. At the start of each phase for each Necron monster unit from your army at the start of each phase, for each Necron monster unit from your army, that unit can suffer 3 mortal wounds. If it does, until the end of the phase, the range of that unit's distortion field's aura ability is increased to 9. Designers note, if your army contains more than 1 Transcendent Catan unit, each of those units must take the relativistic tether ability. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Okay, restrictions. When mustering your army, each Necron monster unit from your army has the relevant necrodermal binding ability shown on the right, and you must increase the points cost of each of those units by the amount shown in the Mutorm Field manual. If this causes your army to exceed the points limit for your battle you are playing, you cannot include that unit in your army. What? I don't get it. I feel like I'm being really... I feel like my brain is too smooth. I feel like the Necron distortion field is unraveling my brain right now. Yeah, I feel like... my mic shouldn't be very... Oh, my mic is... It might be a little bit low. I can turn it up if you want. That might be a bit better. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. One minute. Whoa. There you go. Is that better? That should be a bit better. Okay, enhancements have... So what it's saying is enhancements have to be equipped on Catan. It's mandatory. Right. Oh, okay. So they're called enhancements for... Okay, right, I get it. So if you take 3 Transcendent Catan, you have to take 3 enhancements, but you can pick which 3 you want. Okay. That's fine. And you don't get them for free. Yeah, okay. Okay, so Singularity Matrix, Catan's Shard, the Deceiver model. Wait. What? Wait. Why are epic heroes getting enhancements? That's like a big no-no, right? Wait. Wait. Why are they giving enhancements to epic heroes? Oh. No. Not like this. Not like this. Everyone who is comparing this to the Assassin's Detachment needs to give their head a wobble, because this is so obviously not the Assassin's Detachment. Do you know what I mean? The Assassins were terrible. This is broken. So, Catan Shard of the Deceiver model only. This model has the following ability. Lord of Deceit. Each time your opponent targets you from the army with a stratagem, if that unit is 12 inches of the model, increase the cost. So you get a 12-inch vector on the Deceiver. Amazing. Catan Shard of the Nightbringer model only. This model is able to declare a charge, a turn in which it advanced. One second. So welcome to Conflict 47 Glory. Today we are going to be talking about the Axis. Loving Conflict at the moment. Warhammer, never heard of it. This is the game that we play now. We're going to the Rifts. What? What? The Catan just got like a massive movement buff, and then they give it advance and charge. The one thing that was keeping it in check. Oh my fucking god. Necron meta confirmed, man. Necron meta. Animus Damper. Catan Shard of the Void Dragon. Once per turn, at the start of your opponent's shooting phase, let one enemy vehicle invisible to the bear. That unit take a leadership test until the end of the phase. Each time modeling that unit makes an attack strike one with a hit roll, and if they fail, the leadership -1 to wound. That's actually quite good. It's a little niche, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah. It's amazing, but it looks tame alongside the others. Yeah. Relativistic tether, transcendent Catan model only. In your turn, each time's model is set up on the battlefield using the deep strike or transdimensional displacement ability. It can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 6 inches horizontally away from all enemy units. When doing so, this model is set up within 9 inches of one or enemy units until the end of the turn. It's not eligible to declare a charge. I thought they could do that already. So let me have a look at the not within 6 inches. Oh, wait, no, I was getting, sorry, I'm so used to seeing Transcendent Catan inside Hypercrypt that I just presumed that they could do the 6-inch deep strike thing. But that was, so what they've done is taken one of the best stratagems in Hypercrypt and just given it to all Transcendent Catan. And correct me if I'm wrong here, chat, but this means that you actually can get more than 3 enhancements, because these aren't technically enhancements, are they? So if you were to take, like, let's say 5 Catan in your army, just hypothetically speaking, if you were to take 5 Catan, you'd be able to get the equivalent of 5 enhancements. Catancements. They are mandatory. You have to take it. I bet there's a bit of a points increase. Yeah. Catancements. Yeah. I mean, you're probably going to take the... we'll have to see. I mean, if I think this is going to be Necron Monster Mash. So what you probably do is take 4 or 5 Catan and spend the remaining points on the cheapest ship munchers you can. Like, you know, at the beginning of 10th, Chaos Demons were running around with like 4 or 5 big monsters, and then they just took like 3 or 4 like shitty units, and they just shoved the monsters down your throat whilst the ship munchers like sat on the objectives. That's basically what they're going to do. That's basically how this is going to operate. Because I guarantee you that it might be better if you only go like 4 Catan and take more bodies, but people love to monster mash. Yeah. People love to monster mash. So I think you'll see 5. 5, and then, yeah. We haven't even got to the stratagems. I need to see what the points cost on these bad boys is, though. Where's Necrons? Page 28. So, Deceiver's 285. So, basically 600, 910 points. 910 points to the 3 big ones. And then, is it Pantheon of Woe? And then if you take the 3... no, it's not Pantheon of Woe, is it? It's... No, it is Pantheon of Woe, isn't it? Yeah. So, I mean, I'm being lazy. I could just check. Yeah, it's Pantheon of Woe. And then you add another 75 points onto that. So you're looking at 985 points. Bro, you've not even spent half your points. Chuck in 2 Transcendent Catan, which is going to be another... Oh, wait, no, they're 40 points of Singularity Matrix. Okay, chuck in 1 Transcendent Catan. Comes to... That's 345 points. That comes to about 1,300 points. You still have 700 points left over. The 3 big boys are exactly 1,000. Okay, my maths must be off. I thought that was 390. I thought it was 390 and then plus 75. Unless I'm looking at the wrong one. Wait, have they not got the points in the same order? Oh, wait, is it the... So they've got Singularity Matrix, Quantum Goad, Animus Damper, Realistic Tether there. And then they've done it in a totally different order in here. Okay, so It's 1,000. So how much is the one for the Catan then? Relativistic tether. Only 25 points. Dude, I would take 5 Catan. I kid you not, right? 5 Catan is 1,000 points plus another 630 points. 1,660 points. Sorry, 1,660 points. That leaves you 340 points for just taking the shittier shit munchers. I mean, how much of, like, that's like 5 or 6 squads of immortals. What are the cheapest shit munchers you can get? How much are fucking, what are they called? Flayed ones. 60 points, man. Chuck 3 squads of flayed ones in. You've got 3 5-man squads there. Definitely, you take the three epic hero Catan, 2 transcendent Catan, and spend 330 points on action monkey shit munchers. That's it. No questions asked. No questions asked. Someone will work out what the best 330 points spend is. But yeah, no, that I guarantee you is the way that they'll play it. Even if going 4 is better, that's the way that the community will play it. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. And I bet the stratagems are mental as well, aren't they? Any phase just after the Necromonster model for army is destroyed before making deadly demise roll. That Necromonster model, you use its stratagem on that model, even though it was just destroyed. Until the end of the phase, the model's deadly demise ability inflicts mortal wounds on a D6 roll of a 3+ instead of a 6. Okay, so you can blow up on a 3+. Okay, fine. It's. I'm sure that will be good, but I don't like abilities that tend to work on death. Molecular erosion. Select one unraveling enemy unit visible to your unit. The enemy unit must take a battle shot test. When doing so, subtract 1 from the result. If it says failed, the enemy must D3 plus 1 mortal wounds. That's fine. That one's okay. I mean, you do it in your command phase, so that one's fine. That one's a bit meh. Mass transmogrification. Your shooting phase or the fight phase, just after a necromonster from your army destroys an enemy unit, 1 for a necron unit within 6 inches. If the enemy was unraveling at the start of the phase, your friendly international protocols activate. I mean, that's great because guess what? You can use that on yourself. Oh, I suppose it is in the enemy command phase. It could be in the enemy command phase, yeah. Oh, that's true. That one's better because you can do it in that one's it's still battle shock related, but that one's decent. That one's decent. That one's really good. Because you go in just like, oh wait, no, it's excluding monsters. Oh, so they can't heal themselves. Okay, that one's whatever. You're probably not going to have anything you want to reanimate. One necron unit excluding monsters from your army that's not been selected to shoot or fight until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your army makes attack targets an enemy unit, reroll hit rolls of 1. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm not impressed by these stratagems. I'm not going to lie, I'm not impressed. Doesn't affect monsters. You're taking monsters. Doesn't affect monsters. You're taking monsters. Make the enemy take a battle shot test. They might take, on average, 3 mortal wounds. Pfft, who gives a fuck? Blow up a bit better. Yeah. The stratagems aren't a big deal. Well, so far. Chrono Distortion. Fight phase. Just as an enemy unit has selected its target. 1 net group for army that was selected as target. Until the end of the phase, each time model unit is destroyed. If that model has not fought this phase, roll a d6, adding 1 to the attacking unit. Is unraveling on a 4+. Do not remove the destroyed model from play. Okay, so basically on a so this one's really good. 1 command point when your Catan is destroyed, you on a 3+, you can fight on death. That's good. Phase melding. Your opponent's movement phase when an unraveling unit is selected to fall back. 1 net group for army that is in engagement range. When that unit falls back, all models that enemy unit must take a desperate escape test. When doing so, if that enemy unit is battle shot, subtract 1 from each of those tests. That one is good. That one is good. And That one is good. That one is okay. That one is fine. That one, you don't give a shit because it can't affect your Catan. That one, you don't give a shit because it can't affect your Catan. The exploding strat, battleshock strats for fight and death might just not work, by the way. Why? It seems pretty... If this is a whole... I guarantee you, if this is a whole rules as written versus rules as intended thing, the intention... I'm reading these how they read naturally to me, and they'll get fixed in the way that benefits the Necrons. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they might just not work, as in they might not pop up. Yeah, that's true. You might not... Sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you were like, rules as written, it wasn't working. No, you're right. You might just not blow up. Yes. The enemy might just pass their battleshock test. Yes, you are correct. You are 100% correct. Yeah. This is 10 out of 10. This is 10 out of 10. These are 6 out of 10. Overall, I give it a pretty fucking broken out of 10. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is so good that you just don't give a crap about the stratagems. I mean, think about this. How much of a crutch has been combined arms for guard, and no one cares about the stratagems? Or when you take combined arms guard, what are the stratagems you use? Smoke and grenades and tank shock. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need your stratagems to be good when this is ridiculously solid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's... I don't think this is balanced, Elden Lean. I don't think it's balanced at all. I think this is very powerful. I think all three of these attachments are very powerful. I think even this one, which people are looking at this one and thinking it's not that good, it's actually really, really good. It's just pales in comparison to the other two. Yeah. Yeah. But I agree with your general assessment that the stratagems are the weakest part, but I don't agree that that makes up for the rest of it. Yeah. Yeah. The Catan datasheets have been buffed as well. You guys are right. So, the Nightbringer... So the Nightbringer now has more movement and more wounds, and has deep strike. But I think they all have that now. Yeah, they all have that. So the thing is, the Catan have got even better. Like, I would say overall, the Catan have got even better.
Forward, you dogs, to victory!
Yeah. Because when you look at it, they're not... Even though they no longer halve damage, they reduce damage by 1. For a lot of armies, that's the same thing, because a lot of armies rely on damage too. Yeah. But what you have to look at is pretty much all of these weapons, maybe not these ones all the time, but the melee weapons are all extra AP. This is now an AP -5 strike. It's now an AP -3 sweep. It's now an AP -5 fucking strike. Is the Nightbringer just better than the Catan? Than the Void Dragon? Yeah, he is. Just does more damage. Oh, but no, to be fair, this guy gets 60 attacks. He gets his tail as well. Yeah. This guy just does golden fists. I love it. Yeah, AP 10, 8, 2+, strength 10, AP -3, AP -4, damage 3 hits. I think the Deceiver is being slept on. That is amazing. 8, strength 10, AP 4, damage 3. That is so good. AP -4 damage D6. So good. And we're not even looking at the range weapons. Oh, he gets D3 shots on his spear, does he? Nice. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean these are just so busted. Oh man. Yeah. So busted. Longu Grungus, thank you for super chat. So can we clear up the relativistic tether wording? The rule states that only single enhancements will be taken and it calls it an ability, not enhancement. The rest of the rules are unchanged. So my take is very simple. It's not an enhancement. So it's not an enhancement, so it is not restricted to the enhancement limitations. You're not restricted to only taking 3, and you are not restricted to not being able to take repeats. That's how I see it. And it's very clear, each one of those units must take the relativistic tether ability. So this designer's note wouldn't be necessary. This designer's note wouldn't be necessary if they were like enhancements. But it says each of those units must take the relativistic tether ability. Okay, well that means normally I can't take an enhancement twice, but if I take 2 Catan, it says both Transcendent Catan need to have this. Yeah. So for me, these are not enhancements. This attachment does not get enhancements. Instead, this attachment gets something totally unique, which is the necrodermal binding abilities. They are not, rules as written, they are not enhancements and are not subjected to any of the usual restrictions. There you go. That's how I see it. You might not like it, but that is, I think, so you can take as many of those as you need and also still take 3 enhancements of individual wording. Yes, but there's no enhancements for you to take. So Lungu Grungus, there is no enhancements with this detachment. If your detachment does not have enhancements, there's none you can pick. You can't take Pantheon of Woe and then try and take enhancements from, like, Cursed Legion. You can't do that. So essentially, you have no enhancements. There's no enhancements with this attachment. Instead, if you take a Transcendent Catan, it gets an additional ability, which it then has to pay some extra points for in the Minotaur and Field Manual. And if you take a Deceiver, it gets an extra ability, but its points go up. But there's one of those abilities called Relativistic Tether. Yeah, this one. I don't get what you... I'm not understanding your point. So you can take as many of those as you need and also still take 3 enhancements of individual wording. I think we're getting hung up. It specifically states Red Tether on the left page. Yes. Okay. I'm not going to try and understand what you're saying because and I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, Lungu Grungus. Let me be clear. I think the medium of text communication to live stream communication is not translating super well, and that's normal, right? The medium of text is never a perfect communication. So the Transcendent Catan is not like a random keyword. The Transcendent Catan is very specifically a unit. So this is the Transcendent Catan, right? So it's like, how to put this? There's the Lehman Russ and there's the Lehman Russ Vanquisher. There's a Catan keyword and then there's the Transcendent Catan keyword. All the Nightbringer, the Deceiver, the Void Dragon, and the Transcendent Catan are all Catan, but only one of those is the Transcendent Catan. So, what this means is each Transcendent Catan that you take in your army gets all of the stuff that you see on its datasheet, and it also gets the extra ability of relativistic tether. So, if you took 2 Transcendent Catan, that specific datasheet, that specific unit, if you took 2 of those in your army, then you get relativistic tether on top of its datasheet abilities. Right, but it doesn't get any of those list of abilities. It only gets tether, and all the others and all the others get tether. The rest are just regular enhancements. I think maybe you're getting... Okay, I feel like you're getting lost in the source. While an enemy unit is within 6 inches... I feel like I see what you're saying. At the start of... when mustering your army, each Necro monster from your army has the relevant necrodermal binding ability shown on the right. And you must increase the points cost of each of those units by the amount shown. Okay, so I think what you're missing is this word, relevant. So it's not that any Catan can take... So you can't put relativistic tether on a deceiver, because the relevant necrodermal binding for that one is Singularity Matrix. So, in short, if you took a deceiver, if your list contains deceiver, Nightbringer, Void Dragon, and 2 Transcendent Catan, the deceiver has to take this ability. The Nightbringer has to take this ability. The Void Dragon has to take this ability. And both Catan, both of the Transcendent Catan, take relativistic tether. And they both get to take it. There we go. Sorry, Karen. Lungu Grungus, do not apologize. It's a new world. It's a new ability. It's a new thing. And this is unique. We've not had anything like this before. And I don't even count the assassin detachment because that was a bag of shit. So, mate, no need to apologize. You're doing the right thing by asking the question. We're working through it together. All gravy, baby. Amazing. There you go. Better to ask the question and get the answer than not ask the question and not get the answer and make a mistake. Always better to ask the question, mate. So, dude, thank you for the support, and it's a good question asked. Yeah. Yeah, so the new detachment plus... I think it's the new detachment plus the new Catan datasheets are so powerful. Even if you don't take the new detachment for Catan, these Catan are all amazing. Oh my God. Jesus, man. Jesus. Yeah. All right, through all the Necron stuff. The next big thing we've got to do is Space Marines. Space Marines have had a huge update, and people are telling me that the Necron stuff looks good, but the Space Marine stuff is on another level. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that worries me, because the Necron stuff looked already amazing, and in fact, I would say broken. If people are telling me that the Necrons are good, but the Marines are even better, I think 40k might be a little cooked. Oh my God. You know what? Before we get started, you know what? It's tame compared to the Space Marine stuff. No. No. You know what? I need a massive drink. I've got a Tyranid Bone Sword bottle opener I got for Christmas. The Necron stuff already made me need a drink. Now, if you're telling me the Space stuff's even better, I don't think I'm going to get through it without it. I don't think I'm going to get through it without something to take the edge off. Jesus. Jesus, boys. Ugh. All right. Let's have a look. Right. I've fortified myself. I'm ready. Right. Let's have a look at the Space Marine stuff. So what's been updated? Bastion Task Force. All right. So we've got Bastion Task Force, and then Titus and Wardens have been updated. Okay. Also, so the Space Marines did get a little nerf. Victrix did get changed to 3 wounds each, which is pretty massive because there's a lot of damage 3 weapons out there. Like, pretty much every guard tank now is just going to one splat them with, like, battle cannons and, like, execution and plasma cannons and stuff like that. You know, even, like, exterminators with all the autocannons. So that is going to make a big difference. But then they did then cut the points of them. So they've put them back to the, frankly, too cheap points and then taken a wound off them. On the one hand, I'm grateful GW didn't double dip because they've been doing like the patented like triple nerf. So on the one hand, I applaud them on that. On the other hand, if there was one time to not show restraint, it was fucking Victrix. But anyway, it's crazy. People are saying that like Victrix are now dead. And I think that's an insane take. No, Godlike Poet, they don't reduce damage by 1. They are -1 to wound all the time. So Victrix going down to 3 wounds is a big hit. But for a lot of armies out there, especially armies like Blood Angels, for example, that do a lot of damage too, it's not actually a change. Yeah. So I think Victrix have been nerfed, but calling them dead, I think, is an insane take. But it is noteworthy. It's very, very noteworthy. What do I think about Victrix? I still think they're amazing, and I still think they're amazing. I think there will be a big knee-jerk reaction where a bunch of people end up binning them off, or because basically they listen to the bullshit online commentators. And there's also this element of like the moment something gets nerfed, a lot of Warhammer players treat it like it's tainted and they just throw it away. So I think there'll be a knee-jerk reaction where a bunch of people, I think, wrongly chuck them in the bin. But realistically, I think that is wrong. And I think spamming Victrix is still absolutely legit. Absolutely legit. Are they utterly, utterly broken? Dunno. Are they really, really strong and spamming them still totally viable? I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. But that's my hot take on Victrix. Let's have a look at the new detachment, Bastion Task Force. All right. So, what the hell is the Bastion Task Force? Adeptus Astartes battle line units from your army are eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which they advanced or fell back. What? That's so obviously good. Oh no, my heavy intercessors are really slow. I guess I'll just advance and shoot all the time. Wait. 1 minute. Let's just go for like Ultramarines, because obviously that's what it's for, right? Get rid of all the legends shit. What is battle line? Oh yeah, I thought so. Fucking assault intercessors. Yeah, so Ultramarines can now do a better Black Tide than Black Templars. Because they can just take assault intercessors, spam six squads of them, and just run at people. Or maybe it's not even maybe maybe don't pick. What if you take, because I presume that you can put Black Templars inside this. Yeah. Black Templars can take attachment too. So you could take Primaris Crusaders and give them all advance and charge for free. Oh my God. And you might have said, oh, it's only battle line. It's only battle line. They have good battle line. They have good battle line. You can do this with Stormlands. Yeah, but you couldn't do the fall back and charge thing. Stormlands is advance and charge, but it's not fall back and charge, right? Which is really good because it means that basically you're always getting the fights first. And the big one, the really big one, is doing the action in a turn that you advanced or fell back. Okay, you could do it with a strat, but that's strat means it's limited on where you can use it. Let's have a look. So this is already really good. And as someone who has who loves taking armies based around battle line, this is already amazing and I love it. Each time an adept at the start who's battling it from your army is set to attack, after resolving the attacks, let one unit hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of the turn, that enemy unit is all-spec scanned. Each time an adept at start who's battling from your army makes an attack that targets all-spec unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. Wait. I'm going to say something controversial now. Tactical Marine meta incoming? Take a Tactical Marine squad. Split it into 2 halves. Put all the special gear in one with the combat squad ability. Put all the special gear in the combat in one combat squad. Put all the bolters in the other combat squad. Have the bolter guys shoot, all spec scan the enemy unit. Have the special weapon. Have the pseudo dev squad get reroll 1s to hit. Yeah, shit part scans, good part shoots. Send me to the black ships. Send me to the black ships. 3 months ago, I had an uncontrollable urge to suddenly go pure firstborn, and look, at this point, the evidence is overwhelming that I am actually psychic. I'm actually psychic. Oh my God, this is great. And that's not it. The thing is, it doesn't just affect your battle line units, but you can have, you know, the shitty bolter part set up not only the other part of the combat squad, but also then all the other units in your army. Wow, I like that. Do I think this is broken? No. Do I think this is fun and flavorful? Yes. I'll tell you what, I bet Tau players are absolutely molding out right now. Because Space Marine's basically just got like a mini marker light system. It's not on the same level, don't get me wrong. But this detachment basically gives you half of Montcar, but all of the game, not just the first 3 turns, and gives you mini marker lights. Can we have a black ship emote, please? I'll have to figure out how I'd do it, but I feel like it wouldn't show up very well on dark mode YouTube. Yeah. All right, let's have a look at the enhancements. Add the Primarch. A Death Star's model only. Ranged weapons are equipped by the bearer, and battleline models in the bearer's unit have the precision ability. That's fine. I mean, it's kind of funny doing like a precision multi-melter, but that's fine. Although that's probably pretty... I'm thinking about tactical marines. That's probably pretty good in a heavy intercessor squad, right? Hero of the chapter, Adept Astartes models only. While the bearer is leading a unit, the bearer has the battle line keyword. Wow. So you take a character and put him inside. Okay, how can we abuse that the best? What is the best non-battle line unit to make battle line so it has permanent advance and charge? I mean, my smooth brain's thinking the new Assault Terminators. Sword Bros can be battle line. Wait, how do you... Wait, Eradicators, Aggressors, Hellblade. There's a lot of options here. Vanguard Veterans is a good shout. Very interesting shout, yeah. How can you make Sword Bros battle line? Is that with a character? Is that like... Does that like... Is that like Hellblade making battle line or something? If you can make Sword Bros battle line, this detachment goes from being pretty cool and fun to absolutely cooked. Or is it just the enhancement? Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I'm putting the drink down. Actually, to be fair, I'm a little thirsty. Okay, that's not so bad. But Sword Brethren can be led, and then you could give them this, which would then allow them to advance and charge, which is pretty legit. Yeah, this is absolutely the Black Templar detachment. Blaze of Valor, a desert size mod only, improve the armor penetration characters of melee weapons equipped by the bearer and battleline models in the bearer's unit by 1. I mean, that's just great for a unit of assault intercessors, isn't it? I mean, what can lead assault intercessors? I'm guessing quite a lot of stuff gravitating towards the K-47 army list. Let's have a look. It's probably like, I'm guessing Captain. Lieutenant's probably the better shout, right? He can join assault intercessors and he gives them lethal hits. So yeah, that I'd probably take a basic bitch lieutenant and then bang him in a assault intercessor squad and have them running around with what was it, like a 10-man squad, like 40 AP2 attacks with lethal hits. That feels pretty solid to me. Chaplain? Oh, Chaplain might be a really good shout. Add +1 to wound. Well, I guess if you got that is I wonder what's better, lethal hits or +1 to wound. I think both have got good arguments. And both are about the same price. So I guess it's which one's better? +1 to wound. Is +1 to wound all the time or just a... I guess +1 to wound all the time is pretty good because that makes you good at killing what you are at light, even better at killing light stuff. And then lethal because Oath though is a pretty good shout. 1 minute. I thought you might be able to put lieutenant and chaplain in, but you can't. You can put lieutenant and captain in, but I don't think the captain's really doing much for you. No, he's not. I mean, you're getting the free command point thing, but yeah, okay. One way or another, however you slice it, Blades of Valor plus 10-man assault intercessor squad is a very, very, very solid thing to do. Yeah. The reroll ones is really interesting because it's oh, I'm gonna sneeze. It affects your shooting and your melee. Okay. What's Bombast Omnivox? A devastating model only. Each time you select the bearer's unit as the target of a stratagem, roll 1d6, adding 1 to the bearer's unit, has the battle line keyword on a 4+, you gain 1 command point. That's pretty boring. But oh no, it's only I don't think that one's very good. I don't think you'll see that one taken very often. It depends on what's down here, obviously, but yeah. I think these are the two you go for. I don't think you bother with this one or this one. Yeah. Another bombast item. So many. Yeah, they basically went over to Bridgehead Assault and went, "You're not using that anymore," and ripped it out of the Scion's hands and nicked it. Yeah. All right, let's have a look. Codex Discipline. Shooting or fight phase. One dev started unit from your army that's not meant to shoot or fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets the enemy unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. If the target is also scanned, reroll of 1 as well. That's fine. Yeah, 1 command point for reroll hit rolls of 1 and rerolls of 1. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Guided Disruption. Is it only in the shooting phase? Oh, shooting and fight. That's cool. It's just it's good. It's good. It's just a nice damage boost. Guided Disruption. Just after Death's battle line unit from your army's fish makes attacks, that battle line unit. But enemies also scan as a result of those attacks this turn. If that enemy unit does not have the monster vehicle keyword until the next turn, it's pinned. Okay, so you can mask. They're doing a lot of this. Have you noticed they're doing a lot of reducing people's movement and charge? I think we saw it a lot with the Necrons. And now we're seeing it a lot with the Marines as well. It seems like they're adding a lot more fuck your opponent's movement over abilities, and honestly, it's not a bad shout. Yeah. Being able to, if Games Workshop was going to make everyone hypermobile, then they need to start having ways of you being able to stop that. Yeah. Light of Vengeance, your shooting phase or fight phase, a depth starts unit from your army that's not misled to shoot or fight. Select lethal hits or sustained hits. Until in the phase, weapons equipped by models in the unit have that ability, while targeting an all-special scan unit or if the bears the battle line keyword. Okay, so if your battle line, you just, whether it's all spec scanned or not, you get that. If you're not battle line, you have to be all spec scanned. You have to be tagged that's all spec scanned. Is that a typo? That's a typo. Look, why is there a plus there? With the frailties exposed by the harsh glare of all specs analysis, the foe are easy prey for Space Marine plus Vengeful Onslaught. It's just meant to be an S. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they could update that without anyone noticing. Shot Bombardment. 1 command point. Shooting phase or fight phase. A battle line unit. That battle line unit. When the enemy is all spec scanned, result of those attacks turn until the start of next to it, it's suppressed. When it's pressed, minus 1 to hit roll. That's really good because it doesn't just say infantry. So you can slap a minus 1 to hit on. You can have a unit of 5 tactical Marines with bolters, put a minus 1 to hit effect on any enemy unit in both shooting and melee. That's pretty good. Super Onyx Fire. Apothecary Biologist with lethal hits, leading heavy intercessors, now have sustained hits, lethal hits, advance and shoot, fall back and shoot. Yep. Yep. Then give the Apothecary Biologist Eye Primarch, and now they have precision as well. I don't think you need the precision. I think it'll just be dead. Yeah, so you put sustained hits on. The Biologist gives you the lethal hits, I'm guessing. I'll double check it. Apothecary Biologist. Yeah, it gives you lethal hits. Wow, yeah. Yeah, this definitely feels... Look, I'm looking at this and being like, oh, my little tactical Marines are cool. But this feels like, did you want to take 60 heavy intercessors? Well, you're gonna. How many do you can get 10 in a squad, right? They're really spammable. Come with 5. Yeah, can take 10. Yeah. So it's not even that many points. It's not even that many points. I don't know if you take all 6 squads, but you could take 6 squads of them and it would be 1,200 points. I think it's 30 wounds, Cyrillic dude. It's 30 wounds at T6. And movement 5 isn't a problem anymore because now you have assault. To be fair, they already have assault. Interestingly. So they don't actually benefit much from this. That's actually interesting. And they probably weren't going to charge anything anyway. So even though this heavy intercessors actually don't even need this attachment. Same with normal intercessors. I keep going on that conflict points everything. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to close it. What about regular intercessors? Are they assault? Yeah. Okay, so this is the tactical marine detachment. I'm not even fucking with you. Send me to the black ships. Firstborn detachment. GW is going back on the Primaris bullshit. They are making everyone buy Firstborn. They're getting everyone ready for 11th edition. There you go. Either this is Games Workshop trying to clear out all those tactical marine squads before they squat them, which is a very GW thing to do, or as is also a very GW thing to do before the end of an edition. They get everyone ready for the next edition, like they did with Arcs of Omen in 9th going into 10th. So what if Tactical Marine refresh confirmed? This is the Black Templar and the Tactical Marine detachment. And I'm here for it. I'm very here for it. Yeah. Do Crusades have assault? I think they do on their shooting, but you never take their shooting weapons. You always take their melee, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Angels Defiant. Your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase just after the enemy has selected its targets. 1 battle line unit. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack target unit, if the strength is greater than the toughness character unit, strap 1 for the wound roll. Nice. Does anyone remember... does anybody remember transhuman physiology from like previous editions? Wasn't that that? I feel like that was that stratagem. If you just -1 to wound. Yeah. Heresy undone. 1 shooting phase or charge phase. So your shooting phase or charge phase. 1 adept as a Astartes unit. Excluding battle line. What a fucking on. What for fucking on? That's not even a word. Fuck off. What are we on about? Until the end of the phase, your unit is able to shoot and declare a charge in turn in which advance will fall back. If it does, every target of that charge and every target of those attacks must be an Auspex scan unit. Okay, fair enough. That's actually basically a way of you getting this onto a non-battle line unit. Fair. Yeah, so this is the Dawn of War 1 detachment. This is the Dawn of War 1 detachment. And as Cyriela just pointed out, he's beat me to the punch. No Armor of Contempt. Yeah, if I was a Space Marine player, I'd start getting ready for the fact that Armor of Contempt is going away. I think it is. I don't know if it's going away or and going to come back in some other form, but I think Armor of Contempt is going away. Overall, what do I think about this attachment? Well, it doesn't look too broken. It doesn't look broken at all. Maybe I'm missing some bits, but this, to me, truly feels like the Firstborn. This feels like the Firstborn detachment. You know, if I took my pure firstborn Blood Raven army and put it into this detachment, I would be very happy, and I think that would work well. Do I think it's a bad detachment? No. Do I think it's a nice, flexible detachment with lots of different tools in the toolbox? Absolutely. If I was to take this detachment and put it up against one of the Necron ones, I think this one would get to play in the ball pit, and the Necron one would absolutely smash it. I think maybe this is going to be a pretty good Black Templar detachment because of the fact that Black Templars Crusade as a battle line, which is huge for them, and the fact that you can make the Sword Brethren benefit from like Hero of the Chapter and become battle line. That looks pretty good. Yeah. And putting this Blades of Valor on a big Crusader squad seems tasty. Yeah, this definitely feels like Black Tide's back on the menu kind of thing. But I really feel like if you go down a more tactical Marine firstborn sort of route, you might actually get a little bit more out of this, because not only will you get the benefit of this, but you'll get the benefit of this as well. Yeah. I like it. I like it. All right, come on. You guys said that this was broke. Oh, is this the broken one? Is this the broken one? Let's have a look. Right. Orbital Assault Force. Rapid drop deployment. At the start of the declare battle formation step, select a number of Adept Astartes units, excluding Titanic units, thanks, from your army based on the battle size as shown below. Models in those units have the deep strike ability, so 3 units. Each time Adept Astartes model from your army makes an attack, if it was set up on the battlefield this turn, reroll a wound roll of 1. If it disembarked from a drop pod this turn, reroll a hit roll of 1 as well. Amazing. Oh. Right. So all the memes about deep striking Land Raiders are absolutely true, because Land Raiders just went down to 220 points. So you are just going to take three Land Raiders and 3 units inside those Land Raiders? Yes, obviously. Now, what's kind of crazy is I do believe you can't charge out the Land Raider, though. Why? Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Land Raider, 220. Assault ramp. Each time unit disembarks from this model after it's made a normal move, that unit is still able to declare a charge this turn. Okay, I don't think you can. No, I agree. Deep strike is not a normal move. No, I absolutely agree. You are not. You are that a normal move is a very specific thing. It's a very, like, people think it covers a lot of stuff. It's not. It's a very specific thing. Like, staying stationary is actually not. Ironically, a lot of people, no one ever plays it this way, but you actually have to declare if your unit is staying stationary. If you leave it and don't move it, you haven't actually declared it staying stationary, and you might not actually benefit from things like heavy. Now, that's a completely bollocks interpretation. If anyone tries that against you, take them out to the car park and give them a damn good hiding. But the point is that staying stationary is a specific thing. A normal move is a specific thing. An advanced move is a specific thing. And deep striking and deploying on the battlefield is a thing. So I actually totally agree. You can't use the assault ramp from deep strike. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Yeah. But you can still disembark. Wait. Why couldn't you just charge? Someone might need to tell me it's in the core rules or something, but is the phrasing for round from reserves is that they can't have made a normal move? Wait. When you deep strike down, you can charge. So, and when you disembark from a transport, you can charge. As long as the transport hasn't already made a normal move. Am I wrong about this? I thought you had to be in a movement phase to disembark, and reinforcement phase was after that. You always count as having made a normal move. Oh, right. This is getting complicated. Right, 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. 1 minute. It's getting complicated. Where's the... Right, where are the core rules? Right, okay. This is why everyone's getting the knickers in a twist. I understand it is actually complicated. Okay, let's get the core rules, then let's get the real core rules, which is the rules commentary. Okay, so. Okay. So. Right. Transports. If your army starts your movement phase and embark within a transport model, that unit can disembark in that phase. When a unit disembarks the transport model and set up on the battlefield, so it's wholly within 3 inches of the transport model and not within engagement range of any enemy models. If it, for any reason, a disembarking model cannot be set up, that model is destroyed. Use that disembark transport model that has either remained stationary this phase or has not yet made a normal move, advance, or fall back move. This phase can then act normally. This can normally make a normal move, advance, shoot, declare charge. If the main returns, such a disembarking unit cannot choose to remain stationary. Units that disembark a transport model that having made a normal move, this phase counts as having made a normal move themselves. They cannot move further during this phase. Such a unit can also not declare a charge the same turn, but otherwise act normally. Okay. Reinforcements. Deep strike. Why are you no work, GW? It said page 39, didn't it? Okay. During the declared battle formation step, if every model in the unit has this ability, you can set it up on reserves instead of setting on the battlefield. If you do the reinforcement step for one of your movement phases, you set it up anywhere on the battlefield that's more than 9 inches horizontally away from all enemy models. Okay, reserves. Oh, wow, there's a lot of instances of reserves. Okay. In the reinforcement step of your movement phase, if you have any reserve units in your army, you can select one or more of them and set them on the battlefield one at a time. Once all your reserve units that you wish to have made this turn, your movement phase ends and you progress to your shooting phase. Details of how the set of reserve units are described in the same rules that enable the units that are in reserve. These were to release specified distance away. Reserve units always count having made a normal move in the turn they set up on the battlefield and so cannot move further during that phase. Really? So if you come in from reserve, you count as having made a normal move. The Land Raider says, each time you disembark from this model after it's made a normal move, you're still eligible to declare a charge. Okay. It's in the commentary. Okay. Does anyone have a page number to save my ass from having to look through this? If a unit with a deep strike ability arrives at unit reserves, the controlling player can choose that unit to be set up either using the unit reserves or using the deep strike ability. Rapid ingress. Transports. A transport arriving at unit reserve must be set up holding the stick to the battlefield edge. Does this also apply to the unit disembarked from the transport at the same turn? No. When using a transport rule that allows it to be split before the battle, what's the point value of the half that... okay. No. Can I fire Overwatch? Shall be used to shoot unit out of a transport? Yes. A unit that arrives from reserves can't have made a normal move. Can it embark with a transport as a result? No. That wasn't relevant. It is unable to move the turn. Can such a unit make use of ability in the phase to let them move? Yes. If unit does, it's not the teacher ability. No. Okay. If a unit from Roman is all that allowed to set them back from reserves in the first battle round, can that unit be set up in the reinforcement of your opponent's movement phase using the rapid ingress stratagem? Yes. When setting up a unit reserve, does the entire unit have to be set up within necessary distance of one or more battlefield edges? That's not relevant. Too large, not relevant. Aircraft, not relevant. If a unit that started the battle on the battlefield is later placed, not relevant. Not relevant. Okay. Okay, so it's not there. Someone said stream discussion. All right. Counts having made a normal move. Reserve units always count as having made a normal move in the turn they are set up on the battlefield. This is simply to clarify they cannot move further in this phase, but have not remained stationary. Such units have not made a normal move, however, so their arrival cannot trigger stratagems or abilities that are used after a unit makes a normal move. That's okay. Similarly, a unit that disembarks from transport that made a normal move this phase also counts having made a normal move, but has not actually made a normal move. So such unit's arrival cannot trigger stratagems or abilities that are used after a unit makes a normal move. See embarked units. Right. Embarked units and reserves. Units embarked within a reserves model can disembark in the turn that model is set up. When they do, they cannot be set up within 9 inches horizontally of one or more enemy units. They can't have made a normal move. C counts having made and they cannot declare a charge this turn unless the rules states otherwise, but they can otherwise act normally in the remainder of the turn. Okay. Yeah, so once again, welcome to Conflict 47. This is a really cool new game. And amazingly, all of the rules in it are written really clearly. And in this game, when you make a move, no matter what, it counts as a move. Not sometimes it counts as a move, and sometimes it doesn't count as a move. If you move, you move. Warhammer 40k? Never heard of it. Jesus, man. So the core rules say one thing, and the rules it's not a rules commentary. It's not a rules commentary. It's a complete rules override. Jesus Christ. So, according to the core rules, you can deep strike down a land raider, get the unit out, and then charge with it. But according to the rules commentary, you can't. Cause reasons. I mean, I'm not against it. It definitely balances it out. It's just fucking incredible how if you check You have to check 3 different sources to get the actual answer. This is spaghetti coded. This is more spaghetti than my factory in Factorio. Jesus, man. Fucking hell. Right. So in summary, you can take a Land Raider, put a unit inside it. The Land Raider can deep strike. The unit inside it can get out of the Land Raider, but the unit inside the Land Raider cannot benefit from the assault ramp special rule. So you can get them out and shoot with them, but that's it. You can't charge with them. Okay. So I guess the big question is, do you actually deep strike the Land Raiders? Do you actually deep strike the Land Raiders at that point? I don't think you do. I think deep striking Land Raiders is a meme, but the whole point of the Land Raider is designed to get your units across the board safely and then allow them to get out and charge things. The Land Raider itself, if you look at its weapons, unless it's the Land Raider Crusader, doesn't really benefit from getting that close. You might as well just not use the Land Raider. You deep strike a dread. This fixes the assault dreads. Ah. Fair. You just deep strike a shooty tank, right? I don't think you... I mean... You would use this to give a unit that doesn't... There was 2 ways you use this. You give a unit which doesn't ordinarily have deep strike, and you use that either on an assault unit or on a unit that has point blank firepower. That's it. If your unit has ranged firepower, it doesn't need this. Eradicators might be quite good with this. Yeah. Do you know what is interesting? Each time a death model from your army makes an attack, if it was set up on the battlefield, that does include transports. So this helps you get units to have deep strike, but this actually works if you're coming in from reserves, coming in, getting out of a rhino. Yeah. Yeah. It's, I guess, you have to kind of look at the enhancements. You can reroll a charge roll, maybe the base unit to which it was set up. So yeah, what unit doesn't have deep strike? Oh yeah, Victrix Guard. So take Victrix Guard, put them in this detachment, give them have a lieutenant lead them, along with some of the other fucking characters that can lead them. And because I think they can have 2 characters lead them in one go, can't they? And yeah, have them deep strike 9 inches away, rerolling charges. Yeah. Blade Guard's a good choice as well. Veteran the Vanguard. Models in the Bears unit have the Scout 6-inch ability. That's really good. That's so good. Auto Uprink Reliquary. Adept to survive on only. After both players have deployed their army, select up to 3 adept unit for army and redeploy them. And doing so, you can set your strategic reserves if you wish, regardless of how many units are already in strategic reserves. I mean, that's fine. They don't also get this, though. Yeah. Dedicated Gunship. Adept to the start is terminated model only. Once per battle at the end of your opponent's fight phase, if the Bears unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, the Bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, remove the Bears unit from the battlefield and place it in strategic reserve. Oh, that's cool. Uppy Downy. Uppy Downy Terminators. That's cool. Have a 10-man Terminator squad. Drop them in. Fight something. Pick them up. Yeah. You could deep strike a 20-man. Yeah, a 20-man Crusader squad with deep strike led by Laurels of Thunder is pretty spicy. Yeah. The thing is that there's not a lot of extra damage output from this. What, a fucking few rerolls of 1 to wound? I'm going to be honest. I'm not seeing it. Maybe my brain's just been melted by how good the Necron enhancements are. Not enhancements, attachments are. But I don't know. I think this is a bit of a meme detachment. Suppression strafing. 1 starts unit from your army. Enemy that's within 18 inches. They take a battle shock test. They subtract 1 from the test. If the test has failed, it's suppressed. Subtract 1 for hit roll. That's dog shit. Because you don't. If they pass the test, it's a waste of time. Tactical decapitation. Precision. Don't give a fuck. Shock onslaught. Good. That's good. Good piling's good. Auto sense coordination. Lethal hits and sustained hits. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by mods in the unit have this ability which then there's drop pod or 1 target. What? So that's just for a drop pod unit. Nah, dog shit. Not dog shit. Okay, fine. It's fine. Blind screen. Shooting phase. Depth of starters unit. Or, 1 minute. From your army that's selected as a target of 1 or more attacks units and 1 friendly depth starters smoke screen. Smoke, vehicle, or drop pod. To the end of the phase, models in your unit have stealth. Each time unit range attacks 1 of your units, models in that unit have the bonus cover against that attack. I'm going to reread that one. Your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy selected targets, 1 adept starters unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more attack, 1 or more attacker units attacks, and 1 friendly. Okay, so basically you can do smoke on like 2 units. Okay, it's just like, you just get doubling up of smoke. Fine. Yeah. Onward for the Emperor. 1 Death Starties infantry unit from your army that was set with the battlefield this turn, and 1 friendly transport is able to battle within. If your Death Starties unit is holding something, it can battle within. Okay, that's cool. So you can, within 6 inches, you can get inside a transport. That's pretty legit. But it is at the end of your opponent's fight phase, so it's fine. Okay, so my take on the Orbital Assault Force is that it's overhyped. I think that the way you use this is not for melee. You don't use this for melee. Maybe on 1 unit, thanks to Laurels of Thunder. Maybe. But I think you take 3... Space Marines have a lot of units like Hellblasters and Eradicators. Units that are pretty shooty, but don't have very good defensive stats. And what you do with this is basically take 3 of those kind of units which want to drop down and just smash something before they die. It's kind of like Scion Gigablobs. This is the Space Marine equivalent of the Scion Gigablobs. That's what I feel. And so you can't use this with Land Raiders to get charges. So this feels to me like it's a cool detachment. It's a very, very cool detachment, but I think it's more of a drop down and shoot people. Yeah. That's what it feels like to me. And that's fine. That's fine. but it's not Bridgehead drop down. Put it this way, guys. You're not dropping down and getting +1 to wound, are you? What was Bridgehead strike? What's Bridgehead strike? Let's have a look. Get reroll hit rolls of 1. Get +1 to hit roll. What's this one? Get reroll wound rolls of 1. And if you come out of a drop pod, reroll a hit roll of 1. I don't know, man. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think once people realize the memes of deep striking Land Raider assault forces doesn't really work, I think the hype around this one will die out a little bit. But I could be very, 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 very wrong. My brain is to give you my hot take, my brain is flip-flopping. I think there's a lot of I think that this attachment has a lot of potential, but I think it will have some very powerful builds around it. But right now, the hype is a bit overblown. Think of 6 Centurion Devastators dropping down somewhere. That's pretty good, but Centurion Devastators already have long-range firepower with their las cannons. Like, if you look at Centurions, they don't need to deep strike. Like, where are they? I fought against them recently. Right, so... You obviously don't care about the grav cannons. What weapons do you give them? You give them the las cannons, right? Yeah, there you go. So, they've got the las cannons. Don't they get something else as well, don't they? Centurion missile launcher. Centurion missile launcher. Twin las cannons. Yeah, that's it. Something like that. So yeah, the Centurion missile launcher, with the option you take, doesn't need to get close. It's got a 36 range. The las cannons don't to get close. Why are you getting close? So you put them in the position you want for the whole game? Okay. I mean, I get that, but I don't know. The Centurions were super busted inside the Raven Guard attachment because they could keep going up and down. It wasn't the fact that they came down. It was the fact they went up and then down and then did it again and again and again. I don't know if just coming down is going to be enough. Maybe. Maybe. Could be wrong. But is this better? Is this better than 18 Victrix inside Gladius? I guess that's the question. And I don't know. I'm not I could be wrong, but I'm not getting that. Now, we've got Reclamation Force, but wasn't this the one that came out before Christmas? I feel like this is the one that came out before Christmas. This is not a new one. Or is this new? Helens Jedi. No, it does not. No law for the dawn. So this is new, is it? Okay. Right. Do I need to take a big drink? I'm going to do just in case. I'm going to fortify myself. This is Reclamation Force. Each time an Adeptus Astartes model from your army makes a... 1 minute, I want to say something before we move on. This one I thought was broken if the Land Raider combo worked. Now I know the Land Raider combo doesn't work. I don't think it's broken. This one I thought was broken on heavy intercessors. But when I found out that heavy intercessors already had a lot of this, I realized that this wasn't the answer. This is actually more of a fun one. So in case you're wondering why I looked at this and lost my shit, and then at the end went, oh, it's okay. And then I looked at this and lost my shit and then went, oh, it's okay. It's because I was operating under some false information. Then when we got down to the root of it, I went, oh, actually, it's all right. So that's just wanted to add that little extra bit of context there. Okay. Let's have a look at Reclamation Force. Oath of Reclamation. Each time an Adept Astartes model from your army makes a melee attack that targets unit within range of an objective marker, improve the AP of that attack by 1. That is quite good. It's a melee attack, not ranged, and they do have to be on an objective. A lot of fighting happens on objectives, but not all of the fighting. As people are learning with Grizzled Company and our lethal hit stratagem, that's good, but not OP on its own. Each time an attack targets the Adept Astartes unit from your army, if your unit is within range of objective marker that you controlled at the start of the phase, and if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of your unit, or your unit has the tightest keyword, subtract 1 from the wound roll.
Backbone of the guard, ready to serve.
On paper, those look good. But ask the Votann players what it's like when everything you do is based around the enemy being on objectives or you being on objectives. A lot of Votann players have said that they look better on paper than they end up actually being in reality. I think those are good, but I think people often fall into the trap of assuming they're always going to be on objectives, and a lot of the time they're not. Okay. Just sort of, it's like a lot of people assumed Grizzled Company was going to be amazing because you'd always get the reroll ones to wound, and actually you don't. You're also just saying, if the opponent, if the new Alt 3 meta is them standing on a bunch of objectives, I say Death Strike meta incoming. Oh yeah, you want to crowd on that objective? Target marker, target marker, target marker. Be my guest. Your army can include Alt units, but cannot include. So this is an Alt Marines only detachment. All right. Seals of Reconquest. Models of the bears unit have a 5% vulnerable save. Fine, but often 3-up, 5-up isn't great. Everyone knows you want a 3-up, 4-up, or you want a 4-up, 5-up, but you don't. A 3-up, 5-up isn't great. Weirdly, this is good on like this is. I mean, it's fine. It's fine, but often when you're getting hit by an AP -3 weapon, which is the standard sort of special weapon AP, you'll be in cover and you won't need the invulnerable save. Why do you think they ended up increasing the term a lot of? Why did they end up increasing a lot of invulnerable saves to 4-ups rather than 5-ups? Yeah, because it turned out the 5s weren't doing anything. Avenging Avatar. Adept Astartes model only in the Battleshock step of your opponent's command phase. If an enemy unit that is below starting strength of 9 inch to the bearer, that enemy has to take a Battleshock test. That's terrible. Anything to do with Battleshock is terrible, and I automatically discard it. Scroll of Proclamation. Scroll of Proclamation. Clarion Proclamatus. Each time the bearer's unit declares a charge, if one or more targets of that charge are within range of objective marker, you can reroll the charge roll. That's fine. The Liberatum. Adept Astartes model only. Each time the bearer makes an attack that targets enemy unit, if the target is in range of objective marker, you can reroll the hit roll and the wound roll. And that's only the bearer. It's not the whole unit. It's only the bearer's unit. Okay. Those are all a bit mid. Those are all a bit mid. I'm not I'm just saying. I feel like I needed this drink for the Necron thing, but I didn't think I needed it for the Space Marine one. Crusading Conquerors. End of the command phase. Step starties. Add one to the objective control. That's decent. That can help you flip an objective to you. That's good. Furious Dedication. Charge of fight phase. To add +2 to the charge rolls. Base unit. Add one to the attacks. That's very, very, very. That's really good. Fight to the end. Fight phase. Just have to use attack such as target. Okay. Fight on death. That's good. Sounds of Gilliman. Fall back and shoot. That's fine. I mean, it's good. It's good. Ultramarian Destiny. Movement phase. So one check the marker you control that you use range of. They check marker range you control into your opponent. Okay, so sticky objectives. Marching on. Opponent's movement phase just after the energy fall back. The unit from your army. Engagement range. You make a normal move up to D6+1. That's pretty good. These are all fine, but none of them are like blow my nips off. These are all fine, but none of them are blowing my nips off. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, I feel this is very strong, but is it better than what they already had? I don't know. What's this new Titus data sheet? That's what everyone's going on about. Victrix, 3 wounds. Suck it. Where's the Warden? Right. Let's have a look at... Right. Let's have a look at Titus. Look at Titus. He is a Space Marine captain with... I think they had 6 wounds already, but with 6 wounds. 5% of pain is very nice. He's got a cool bolter. He's got a cool chainsaw. It's a lot of chains. To be fair, that's a lot of chainsaw attacks. Holy shit, that's a good chainsword. His sustained hits 1. Honor of Ultramars, more destroyed by a melee attack. Okay, so he can get back up on a 2+. That's really good. He can lead absolutely fucking everything. Okay, cool. Okay, Wardens. So Tires, I think, is good. Wardens. Everyone is losing their minds over this unit. Right, so what's in it? Ancient Gadriel, Matarius, Silver, Menavrius. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, wow, you can join it to things. You cannot join an attached unit and only can attach conjurers. This. Wait, so wait. So can you take Captain Titus and Wardens of Ultramar and join them to a maxed out Blade Guard veteran squad? Can you double dip? Wow. All right. So Captain Tires is rocking his big mega dick swinging chainsword. So that's pretty good. And he gives them real ones to sustained hit, sorry. Blade Guard are obviously very good. What's the defensive stat line? So you got 2 space, you got another 8 wounds in there. So Ty's got 6 wounds. He's got 8 wounds. That's 14 wounds. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 20 wounds here. 26 wounds with Titus. And then how many wounds on a Blade Guard? 3 wounds on a Blade Guard. So that's another, if you take 6, that's 18 wounds. So 36, 44 wounds on one squad. That's spicy. That's pretty spicy. And I'm guessing they're all getting some sort of 4-up invulnerable save. Well, the Blade Guards certainly are. And these guys have all got like so everyone's got an invulnerable save. I'm guessing. Storm Shield, Refractor Field. Okay, no, not quite. Everyone but the super shit munchers have got an invulnerable. So pretty much everyone important has an invulnerable save. Okay. Second company banner. Why does it contains an agent guardian? Add 1 to jet control of the monster's unit. Why does it contains an agent guardian and a captain's model? Improve the catcher. So that's so everyone gets extra objective control. Okay. And this is a 6-man squad. And then the Blade Guard are a 6-man squad. So that's 24 OC. And then 26 OC with Titus. Okay. And then you can do a redeploy of 3 units. Okay, that's fine. And then so you have 1. So he just got a bolt rifle close combat weapon. Don't really care about that. That's fine. And then he just got an extra power sword. Oh, master crafted power sword. What's that? Okay, no, it's 5 attack. 5 attacks. Fucking damage 2. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. We got 1, 2 regular power weapons. Wait, why are the ship munchers hitting on 2s? Come on, GW. They should very obviously be hitting on 3s at best. Okay, so Titus has got his 8 super chainsaw attacks. Then we've got another 5 good melee attacks. Then we've got another 8 power weapon attacks. And then we've got the 4 stave, but that's just 1 little bop on the head. You telling me this decrepit old bastard is hitting me on a 2+? No way. Okay. And then you've got all of the attacks from the Blade Guard, right? Which are also all damaged. Fucking hell. So that's 24. 24. 29. 37. 45. 46. 46 power weapon style attacks hitting on 2s. Right. And everyone who you give a shit about's got an invulnerable save. Right. So what you're telling me, Games Workshop, and how many points are these bozos? Everyone's saying 90, which is crazy. What are they called? Wardens of Wankmar, are they called? 90. 90. How much is Titus? Is he called Captain Titus? Or just called Titus? 90 as well. And how much is the Blade Guard? 170. So let me work something out here. Just bear with 1 second. Okay, 1 second. 1 minute. Hang on. One minute. So What you're telling me is not only can I now spam 18 Victrix Guard, but in response to people complaining about Victrix Guard spam, Games Workshop has basically given us a 4th squad of pseudo Victrix Guard. Right. So this is Conflict 47. It's a really cool upcoming game. Welcome to Conflict 47 Glory. The joke that keeps on giving. Ugh. Ugh. You know, I don't give a shit about any of the new detachments, but the fact that we're now basically just up to 4 Victrix Guard, quad Victrix Guard spam is just mental. I mean, I didn't even work it out properly, but I did 3 squads of Victrix Guard, plus I did Blade Guard, plus I did Wardens, plus I did Titus, Cato Sicarius, and Marnius Calgar in the 3-man squad, and that all came to 1,305 points. So I imagine there's probably a few characters that I'm missing for the other couple of Victrix squads. So someone has to tell me what those would be. But that's well under 2,000. Even if there's a couple of other characters, we've still got hundreds of points left over. Crazy. Absolutely bonkers. So yeah, my hot take on the Space Marine stuff is that I think once you actually start getting into the weeds, are not so bad. I think all of them are powerful and all of them are good, but I'm not sure any of them are. I'm not sure yet, but I'm happy to be proven wrong because obviously I'm not a Space Marine main. All of them look powerful, but none of them look broken by themselves. Where I think the real beef with all of this is with the that new Titus unit, man. That's crazy. So cheap. 90 points is insane. $90 points is insane. Bear in mind, guys, this very good unit is 90 points. Lord Marshal Dreer is 100 points. Not even 9 times out of 10. 1,000 times out of 1,000, this unit outperforms Dreer in every capacity. There is no situation that you can engineer in a 1v1. There's no situation you could engineer where these, even if you just took Titus and added it to the Wardens of Ultramar, and then took Dreer and added him to a unit of Death Riders. Even if you did that, 1,000 times out of 1,000, Dreer loses that fight with his mates. Titus and his mates versus Dreer and his mates, Dreer loses every time. It's bonkers. Marines are so phenomenally undercosted. So utterly, unbelievably, phenomenally undercosted. It is insane. Yeah. You actually get outnumbered, but as a guard player, they get outnumbered. I get outnumbered as a guard player, I get outnumbered by Marines. Crazy. Right. Let's... God damn it. However, what do I think... Who do I think is more powerful based on what we've seen today? I think Necrons are actually made... I think Necrons made out better than Space Marines did. I think Space Marines got an extra bullshit unit. I think Necrons just became faction-wide bullshit. I believe Necrons armed with these new detachments can now outperform Space Marines even at their peak. And that's a bold statement. That's a bold... I think peak Necrons now beats peak Space Marines. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. At the very, very least, they're on par. It could maybe it comes down, maybe there's some things we're not seeing yet, but I think Necrons and Space Marines are basically fighting. Let me put it this way. You know what? This is what I think. I think Necrons and Space Marines are playing their own game, and we are all playing a different game to them. I think that Necrons and Space Marines are the antagonist and protagonist, and everyone else is an NPC. I'm not even sure that's true. I honestly just don't think they're playing the same game as us anymore. Crazy. Right, so I can tell you, we've got a few other bits here. Apparently there's a new Sisters of Battle unit, which is kind of interesting. The Celestine Incidents. Insidiants. What the fuck are these? Oh, is it the new kill team? Oh man, there's a lot going on here. My brain is melted after the last stuff, but for the sake of completeness, we should have a look. Yeah, but we'll rattle through it. 10 Sisters of Battle, 3 up, 5 up, 4 up against Feel No Pain, don't care. Select 1 unit to get precision against, not massive. What weapons do they get? Each model gets a Condemned bolt pistol and a null mace. You can have 1 Inferno pistol, 2 hand flamers, 2 blessed swords, 1 Verge of Admonition, 1 Denuncia Oratory. Okay, so what does all that do? Blessed Sword is a damage 2 power sword with lethal hits. That's pretty good. Null Mace, Anti-Psycho 4+, Dev Wounds, but only 1 damage. That's fine. Verge Admonition. That's pretty good, but you only get 1 of those. See, the thing is, this looks like a really good unit. Like these Celestine Incidents on their own, in isolation, look like a good unit. You've got a unit of 10 sisters with 3 power weapon attacks each, potential for dev wounds, got some cool, potential for some damage 2 swords, got a really cool, like, damage 3, like, Verge of Admonition. This is all cool. Do you know what I mean? All of this looks sick. And then I'm just like, yeah, but is it Ultramarines? This is what I mean. This, on its own, is a totally decent, viable unit. But is it playing the same game as Ultramarines and Necrons? Is this playing the same? And you might say, oh, it's a bit of an unfair comparison, but fuck it, I'm rolling with it. Is this playing the same game as the new Catan? Is this playing the same game as the Wardens of Ultramar? No. It's not. How many points is this? Like, I'm curious. How many points is this? It'll be under Depth of Sororities, right? This is 120 points. Yeah. It's 120 points. I don't know, man. Like, you want me to pay 120 points for 10 toughness 3 bodies? Psh, it's a bold strategy. It's not, look, it feels like an appropriate points cost. For a unit like this, in isolation, this feels like an appropriate points cost. But unfortunately, at this stage in 10th edition, if you're pointed appropriately, you're trash. Right? That's the problem. Yeah. All right. So Astra Militarum, the only update that we got is the Valkyrie can no longer benefit from a stratagem in the mechanized assault detachment, but no one is taking that detachment anymore, so it's a complete non. It is the stray of a ricochet. It's a nothing thing. And then we'll look at Tyranids. I think, what did Tyranids get anything? FAQ errata update, removed obsolete examples. Okay, so I don't think Tyranids got anything major. Chapter approved tournament pack. I don't know. Someone will have to tell me if there's anything major that's gone on with this. I'm not sure. Don't think anything major happened with that, but chat can correct me. Balanced data slate. I bet this was just for some... I'm looking for anything in red. Orcs. Okay, so that's just clarification around Commando's equipment. Not a big one. It might be big to Orcs, but it's not big in the grand scheme of things. I mean, Mutor and Fieldman has obviously been updated with some of the new points. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, what's my thoughts on the latest update to Warhammer 40k? I think we live in interesting times. All I'm going to say is 2026 has got off to a hell of a start, both in and out of the Warhammer situation. Yeah. Yeah. Lich Valor General, he's making a good point, making a good stance for why maybe things aren't so buggered. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tell you this. Looking at this through the lens of a guard player, I feel like in some ways it's business as usual. Like the fact that them going down to 3 wounds means that we can one-shot them with a lot of our tanks. Right? In some ways, it's business as usual. In some ways, things got a little easier for us. But in other areas, I think things got a little harder. I think whilst Catan's no longer half damage, they do have a lot of wounds now. And the fact they have a 3-up armor save can make it means they can properly benefit from cover now. And the fact that they're getting a lot, the Catan in that Catan detachment have got some, they've got some big movement buffs as well. I think my opinion is that guard players are going to have to get used to screening again. I think there's been a lot of guard players who have got used to not having to screen stuff and just bully people with Rogal Dawns. Yeah, I don't think you do that anymore. I think, look at what happened. Look at all the effort that you put in. And what did it do? Lead you right back to me. I think the Mordian glory doctrine of the 4 pillars and the 3 lines, I think that is more relevant than ever for guard players. I truly do. You want to roll a Rogal Dawn onto objective, it's going to get fucked off that objective in about 2 seconds. Okay, I don't care if you've got a 4+ vulnerable save or not. That's my take. But looking outside of the guard, I think there are a lot of factions which are going to get screwed by these new updates. Because remember, whilst guard is running around playing basically the anti-meta, the actual meta, the thing that 90% of Warhammer players, if not more, are doing, is hyper elite armies. And I think what the Space Marines and Necrons get out of this is fantastic tools to play into that meta. I tell you what, if there's one silver lining out of all of this, I'll say this. I don't see anyone complaining about Grizzled Company for the time being. I feel like this is going to draw a lot of attention away from Guard and Grizzled Company, because in the light of this, Grizzled Company really doesn't seem like a big deal anymore. But, and I'm going to say something a little crazy. Out of everything we've seen here, I still think Grizzled Company is the best. Why? Because all of these Necron and Space Marine detachments and new units are very specific. Right? They're very specific. So when you face off against one of the new Necron detachments, you know it's basically going to be the same list every time. So once you've faced it once or twice, you start getting the measure of it, and that is a huge advantage in being able to beat it. But Grizzled Company isn't specific. It's very generalist. And so you can face 1,000 different Grizzled Company lists and 1,000 different ones, and they'll all be different. 1,000 different players, 1,000 different lists. You face 100 of the, of the Woe detachment Necrons, you're going to face the same 100 lists. So, I think the Necron and Space Marine updates are very 10th edition. A very, very, very 10th edition. But I think that Grizzled Company is going to end up being... It's going to end up being long-term viable. I think so anyway. I reckon 12 Bulgur hitting on 2s, rolling 1s to hit. And we're not going to make Ogre and Food out of any Necron God. Maybe. I don't know. You wounded them on 5s. I don't know. And you only damage 1 because they reduce your damage. So I don't know about that. But I do know that if my opponent fails a 4 invulnerable save against my Vanquisher cannon, I'm gonna halve that. I'm gonna halve that Catan's wounds in one go. Yeah. I think Necrons and Marines are very, very strong. But I think Grizzled Company... I still believe in Grizzled Company. I do. There you go. There you go. All right. That's my hot take. That's my hot take. But I guess we'll see. Would you like to know more? If so, then please consider becoming a channel member or patron. By supporting the channel, not only will you be doing your part, but you'll also be helping me create more content for your viewing pleasure and unlocking a whole host of perks. You get everything from a badge next to your name, custom emojis, but the big one is access to the Mordian Glory Discord server, an online community with almost 2,500 active members. It's always popping off in the MG Discord. We've got channels for army lists, hobbying, tactics, stories, and even a pretty spicy meme section as well. For all you greenhorns that wanted to see the Mordian glory hole, today is your lucky day. And joking aside, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of the current channel members and patrons. You guys are amazing. Truly the lifeblood of the channel. I could not do Mordian Glory full time without the incredible and generous support of my members. So thank you guys so much. And last but certainly not least, I want to say a personal thank you to all of my top tier Patreons. These are the War Masters, the people who have truly gone above and beyond the call of duty. So a heartfelt thank you to Redfield, 32, Jurgens, Miasma, Try Again, Bragg, RJ, Scorpion, Bonbon Vert, Lord Pryor, Nicholas Walsh, John Stubbs, Guardian, Varney, Sword, Fish Trombone, Picklock the Forged. Seriously guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your support is incredible and it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. That's all for now. Hope you've all enjoyed today's video, and of course, as always, see you guys next time.